Here are the test scores for the guy you filled out the form for. He scored a B minus. This guy is a risky bet. Welcome to the Strong Brew, where you get answers to questions you're not supposed to ask. These are some things you may want to know about the man in your life. If you do really well in your career, will he become insecure? Will he try and use money to control you? Will he share housework or just make you do it all? In fights, when he gets angry, does he get aggressive? During intimacy, does he understand that no means no? Is he jealous, suspicious, or possessive? Will his attitude towards you change after having kids? Will he treat your parents with respect? What if you have conflicts with his parents? We tell you what you need to hear, not what you want to hear. These are things nobody else will tell you. Things that are important for your future. This is a safe space for truth. No judgment, no platitudes, no login, no payment either. Our questions are from real life, but our answers come from science. Now, I built this thing, me and my husband, and honestly, we built it and we live it. We are both Stanford grads, we both have worked at Google, and we've been happily together since 1998. Along the way, we've added a son, now 13, and 4 dogs. We are genuine folks. If you're a woman trying to understand any man in your life, here is how it works. Go to www.thestrongbrew.life. Click on the Understand a Guy button there. Answer 10 questions about him. Watch a video tailored to your guy. That's all there is to it. It is completely anonymous, no login, no payment, no games, no manipulation. This analysis is obtained by combining solid trait psychology with cutting edge AI ML. We represent each person's personality with what is known as a feature vector. This has 10 elements, so our data is effectively 10-dimensional data. In case you're wondering how we can infer so much from just 10 questions, well, 10-dimensional data is very complex. There is a lot you can learn from that level of detail.
Okay, I think that does it for the preamble. Now let's plunge in. Let's start with this guy in his career. Will he go far or just talk big?
This man is not just all talk, he's someone who quietly works hard and keeps pushing himself forward. He may not shout about his achievements, but he takes his responsibilities seriously and follows through on his plans. Step by step, he will climb up because he has discipline and doesn't get easily distracted.
Can he bounce back from failure?
When things go wrong at work, he holds himself together and doesn't let emotions spill out. He won't throw tantrums or become dramatic. Instead, he tends to keep his worries inside and quietly tries to fix the problem by himself.
What do people at work think of him? Do they like him?
People at work are likely to respect him for his hard work, sharp mind, and dedication. He takes his job seriously and does things the right way, so his bosses will trust him with tough tasks. He isn't one to pick fights, but he might rub people the wrong way because he's blunt and not very polite.
If you do really well in your career, will he become insecure?
If you do well in your career, he will notice and respect your hard work, even if he doesn't show it with warm words or big celebrations. He is not the type to feel insecure or jealous about your success. His own confidence is pretty steady. However, don't expect lots of hugs or excited praise.
What if you start earning more than him?
He is unlikely to secretly resent you or feel threatened if you earn more than him. He's quite steady in himself and doesn't let other people's success shake his own sense of worth. At the same time, don't expect him to gush or become softer just because you're doing well.
Next, let's talk about how he is with money. Does he overspend? Is he reckless with money?
He handles money very carefully and doesn't spend without thinking. He likes to plan, stick to a budget, and make sure things are in order before making any big purchases. You won't find him splurging on impulse or taking risky chances with finances.
Does he show off and pretend to be richer than he is?
He lives well within his means and doesn't pretend to be richer than he is. You won't catch him showing off or buying things just to impress others. With him, what you see is what you get, steady, honest, and grounded.
Is he too generous, too stingy, or just right?
He tends to be quite tight with both his money and his mindset. You might not see grand acts of kindness or friendliness from him, and he's careful when it comes to spending or sharing resources. While he's not mean, he isn't the sort to go out of his way to help someone or surprise you with gifts.
Will he use money to try and control you?
He's likely to be open and straightforward about money matters. He prefers things to be clear and organized, so you won't find him hiding expenses or making secret decisions about finances. If you want someone who keeps things clear and doesn't play games with finances, he's a safe bet.
Let's see how this guy is with sharing housework. Will he share housework or just make you do it?
He is likely to believe that housework should be shared and things should run in an organized, fair way at home. He sees a well managed home as important and wants everyone to pitch in to keep things in order. You'll notice that he's serious about routines and doesn't expect you to do everything by yourself.
Will he help you or just boss you around and tell you what to do?
He won't just stand around and watch. You can expect him to actually get involved with chores and changing diapers. He sees these tasks as part of running a proper home, and he will likely do his part without grumbling or making you feel like you're alone in the work. This can feel a bit strict, but you won't have to chase him to pitch in.
Now let's see about how this guy is during fights. In fights, does he try to understand your views or just win the fight?
He usually doesn't argue just to prove he's right, but he can be stubborn and set in his ways. He's not the type to shout or fight, but when he thinks he's correct, he might quietly stick to his opinion, even if you're upset. Don't expect warm comfort, but give him time and he might slowly adjust his view.
Does he become aggressive when angry?
When he's angry, he stays mostly calm and doesn't lash out with hurtful words or aggressive actions. He tends to keep his feelings inside instead of showing big emotions or starting fights. His way is to cool off quietly, so give him a little space, and he will return to normal without drama.
Does he have a bad temper?
This is not the kind of man who gets angry very quickly. He usually keeps his emotions in check and doesn't lose his temper or explode at small things. Instead of sudden outbursts, he might become quiet or withdrawn if he's upset.
Will he say sorry and accept his mistakes?
He may find it difficult to say sorry right away or use warm words, but he usually doesn't blame you for his mistakes. Rather than making excuses or pointing fingers, he prefers to quietly fix his errors and make sure things are done right next time. You might not always get a spoken apology, but you'll notice him changing his actions or being more careful after a mistake.
Next, let's talk about intimacy and physical chemistry. During intimacy, does he respect your boundaries? Does he get that no means no?
Yes, he will respect your boundaries and understands that no means no. He is practical and disciplined. So if you set a clear limit or ask for space, he will honor it without pushing or trying to change your mind. If you ever feel uncomfortable, a simple and direct no from you will be enough for him to step back.
If you are not in the mood for intimacy, will he react badly?
He is not the kind of man who will take it personally if you're not in the mood for intimacy. He tends to be steady and practical. So he won't sulk, guilt trip you, or make you feel bad if you say no. You can trust that your comfort matters to him, even if he doesn't always express it in words.
Can you trust him not to shame you or share your private moments, maybe love letters, photos, or videos, even after a breakup or a bad fight?
Yes, you can trust him to handle private moments with care. He is not the type to use your secrets or intimate experiences against you, even during arguments or tough times. Your personal moments will stay between you two. He won't use them to embarrass or hurt you later.
Is he loyal or is he likely to want to have affairs?
He is faithful and not easily distracted by other women. He values stability and order in his life, and once he has committed to someone, he tends to stick with that choice seriously. While he may not be overly romantic or expressive, his loyalty is strong and steady.
Will he be jealous, suspicious, and try to control you?
No, he is not the over possessive type. He's usually secure in himself and doesn't waste energy on jealousy, controlling your actions, or being suspicious. If you value freedom and personal space in a relationship, he will respect that.
This guy says he is protective in a good way. Is he actually just being possessive?
No, his protective side does not come from a controlling personality. He believes in taking care of his loved ones by being responsible and organized, not by telling you what to do or limiting your freedom. He respects boundaries and expects mutual trust.
Now, onto the topic of kids and how this guy will be as a father. If you guys have kids, will he make you do most of the work?
He will see parenting as a team effort and wants things to be fair and organized at home. He believes everyone should do their part and will take his responsibilities seriously, whether it's helping with homework, routines, or managing the house. You won't have to nag him to pitch in. He's committed to sharing the load.
Kids are very messy. Will he lose his temper with them?
When the kids mess up or get upset, he will usually stay calm and not lose his temper. He isn't the kind to shout or lash out. Instead, he handles problems quietly and with a steady hand. The children may find him strict or serious, but they won't feel scared or threatened by angry outbursts.
If you guys have kids, will he still support your career?
Yes, he will support your role as both a mother and your own person. He respects hard work and dedication, whether it's at home or outside. He's unlikely to be controlling or jealous.
Will this man say one thing early on, maybe while dating, and then later, after kids and marriage, change his tune and try to make you give up your career?
No, this isn't the kind of man who will secretly hope you quit your job after having a child. He respects hard work and values responsibility, whether you're building a career or raising children. He doesn't use support as a trick or hidden pressure. He's straightforward in his expectations.
Next, let's see how this guy treats your parents. Will he be respectful with your parents?
He is more likely to act polite on the surface than show real warmth to your parents. He believes in good manners and doing what's expected, but he isn't naturally expressive or affectionate with others, even family members. He means no harm, it's just his quiet and practical way. He will mostly expect your family to adjust to his ways rather than making big changes to fit in with them.
What if your family creates stress or interferes a bit in your lives?
If your family creates stress or interferes, he will handle it calmly and avoid making things worse. He isn't quick to anger or likely to start a loud scene. Instead, he'll keep his emotions in check, stay quiet, and try to manage things in an orderly way.
Then let's analyze the role this guy's family will play in your life. Is this man modern with you, but a completely different person when other people, say his parents or bosses, are around?
Yes, this is the kind of man who might be modern and practical with you in private, but expect you to act like a traditional supportive wife in front of his relatives. He believes in keeping things orderly and fitting in with family expectations, especially during social gatherings or important events. This isn't meant to be controlling, but rather his way of keeping peace and order within the family.
If there is tension between you and his parents, will he support you?
If there's tension, he will quietly support you, but he's not likely to jump into arguments or openly take sides unless it's really needed. His way of helping is steady and practical, not loud or dramatic. He may encourage you to handle things calmly and stick to routines that keep everyone comfortable.
Say you have a conflict with his mother, what will this guy do?
He is not a typical mummy's boy. While he respects his mother and values his family's routines, he isn't blindly attached or always running to her for every small thing. If there's a conflict between you and his mother, he won't rush to take sides or get emotional. Instead, he will try to handle things calmly, thinking about what's fair and what keeps order at home.
Will he share all the private details of your relationship with his mother or sister?
He is not the sort who will share every detail of your fights or private life with his mother or sister. He values privacy and keeps personal matters to himself, handling issues quietly and within the relationship. This is good for your trust and respect as a couple, as private things stay between you.
Now let's zoom out and put it all together.
Based on all we know about him, this guy is a B minus. This guy is a risky bet from a relationship perspective. Day in and day out, life with this man is steady, disciplined, and practical. You can count on him to stick to routines, handle responsibilities, and keep things running smoothly at home and work.